Are you gonna be? Say that you're gonna be.
Hey guys, what's going on? Um, I'm just sitting here trying to finish packing the rest of my stuff. But I wanted to come on here and give a note, especially to the ladies, because I know that a lot of times us women we tend to beat ourselves up because a lot of times with women we're held to a higher standard, especially when it comes to our looks. And we tend to compare ourselves to women that are on Instagram and women that look a certain way. And I know sometimes, like a lot of times, it can get us down and stuff like that. And what I want to say is, like, don't beat yourself up over, you know, when it comes to comparing yourself to other people, because a lot of times the stuff that's on the internet, it's fake. You know what I'm saying? It's not real. And I constantly beat myself up over things that I can't control, things that I can't change. And sometimes I find myself like wanting to be like somebody else, wanting to look like somebody else. And it's a sad way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? That's not the proper way to live your life, obsessing over trying to be perfect, because there's no such thing as perfect. um as much as people try to make their lives look perfect, especially on Instagram, they're not perfect. Sometimes they might have worse problems than you. So, try not to beat yourself up over certain things, and, stop comparing yourself to other people. Um, because I was just sitting here thinking to myself, like, sometimes, I'll be in such a good mood or whatever, and I feel like, I feel really good about myself, but then I have those days where I'm just like, feeling really down and out, feeling really depressed and stuff like that. And I have to remind myself that, I'm human. I'm not perfect. Um, you know, Nobody is better than me. Nobody is lesser than me. Um, and I try to not, stress over certain things. I find myself stressing over things. I find myself trying to be perfect, trying to live a perfect lifestyle. And it's not normal. It's not normal at all. Because we all have insecurities. We all have things that we're not happy about. And I feel like a lot of times, men can create low self-esteem in women. And a lot of times, these guys, they sit there and say, oh, well, that's why it's called self-esteem. You're supposed to feel good about yourselves. you know that's true, but how can you expect somebody to feel good about themselves, and then when the moment that they do start to feel good about themselves and they start to like themselves and whatever, there's always somebody trying to put them down about having high self-esteem, about having confidence in themselves. um and I find, like, a lot of times, men, they constantly judge a woman, based on her looks, or you know, she's not skinny enough, she's not thick enough, she's not red bone, she don't have good hair. And women, it creates low self-esteem in women, and we find ourselves comparing ourselves to other women. Um and I feel like, a lot of times men are at fault for this. Look at all these women that are getting butt injections and, hip injections, all types of, plastic surgery or whatever. And, you might have some women that are doing it just because, they just want to do it. It has nothing to do with, trying to, get a man or trying to get a bag or whatever you want to call it. But we have to remind ourselves, to be kinder to other people, to be nice, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you never know what a person is going through behind closed doors. And especially on the internet, people can be cruel on the internet. People say some of the meanest, most hurtfulest things ever on the internet, not knowing what a person could be going through in their personal lives. And I try to remind myself, you know, to think about stuff like that, especially when I'm having a bad day. I try not to lash out on another person, because you never know what that person could be going through, you know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. All right. But I didn't want to make this a really long video. I just want to remind people to, to not stress over, things like that, because a lot of times it's all an illusion. A lot of times, people are, just putting on a facade of, something that they're not. And I just want to remind people to, to treat people how you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, we carry that baggage. We carry those hurtful words and stuff with us until our adulthood. You know what I'm saying? Like, even it stems from, elementary school. When you're in school, and you might not be the most populous person, you might not be the most prettiest person, or the most handsomest person, and you have kids that'll pick at you or pick fun at you. We carry those thoughts into our adulthood. And that's the reason why a lot of people, they don't really reach uh they don't really, reach the level of success, or whatever you want to call it, that they want to reach, because we constantly are worrying and thinking about what other people think about us. You know what I'm saying? It has to stop, because we live in a mean society. People put other people down. People talk shit about other people. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I've done it too, I've mostly done it. People do those things. We talk down on others to lift ourselves up, to make ourselves feel better. You know what I'm saying? So just a reminder, to not stress over those things. And that's on that. I love y'all. Have a nice day.